Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week at Everything You Need to Know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news that the rest of the world doesn't actually need an expanding China, it seems. Their financial market struggles are, so far at least, having little impact elsewhere, even as some investors take sharp losses in the Middle Kingdom, especially on bonds. But first, the strength of the US labour market is on display again, with jobless claims falling more than expected last week. There were 233,000 new claims last week, a decrease of 32,000 from the week before. Overnight, the USDA released its February World Agricultural Supply and Demand estimates. They raised ending stock estimates for American corn, soybeans and wheat more than traders expected, and they noted a bumper Brazilian soybean harvest. For 2024, beef import estimates in the US were raised largely on high expected imports from Oceania. 2024 milk production forecasts in the US were lowered, and the US expects to export less. The Reserve Bank of India held its benchmark policy rate at 6.5% for the sixth consecutive meeting at its overnight meeting. This was as widely expected and comes amid persistent price pressures though. China released its January CPI data and it isn't calming nerves. Consumer prices fell by 0.8% in January from a year ago, marking the fourth straight month of decline, which was the longest streak of drops since October 2009. Meanwhile, the 2.5% drop in producer prices is actually an easing of their declines in the factory sector, even if it is running more deflationary than consumer prices. Global container freight rates dropped by a marginal 1% last week to remain very high as the shipping crisis induced by the military actions and droughts continues. This minor shift overall masks big changes both ways in many key routes. Meanwhile, bulk cargo rates are little changed again at historically low levels. The US Treasury 10-year yield starts today at 4.17% and up 6 basis points from yesterday, and the price of gold will start today down $8 at just on $2,031 an ounce. However, oil prices are on the move up $2.50 at just under $76 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is now just over $81 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar starts today at just under 60.9 US cents, down a bit less than a quarter cent from this time yesterday. Against the Aussie, we're up nearly a quarter cent at 93.9 Australian cents. Against the euro, we opened at 56.5 euro cents and down 20 basis points. That all means our trade weighted index starts today at just on 70.4 and essentially unchanged from this time yesterday. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again on Monday.